Welcome to the Stanford Lee Show, the place for songs, stories, musicology, and more. This episode, Possibilities of Love. Let's get started. Yeah, so possibilities of love, something close to the heart, no pun intended, but I think that there's those songs that are once in a lifetime for some artists, whereas there's a lot of songs that seem like they take up a certain space in the pop charts. And I don't know, I think sometimes I can't really tell whether it's the song that's good or whether it's the repertoire of an artist that's performing it. And sometimes that makes the difference. Myself, I'm really drawn to songs that are unique and have detail and some passion in it. I think a lot of the top radio stuff is probably more about how the artist performs it, but there's a few that have stood out to me. Like George Jones wrote a song, He Stopped Loving Her Today. I think everybody can agree that's a great hit. I mean, it's just amazing on all levels. And then there's some songs like, for me, Cat Stevens' Year of the Cat really makes it because of the details. She comes out like a watercolor running in the rain, it actually describes what she's wearing, what she smells like, the romance, everything is in there. You're almost infatuated by this imaginary character in the song, and I don't think a lot of songs do that. I think they're kind of a vocal piece for the performer. So I'd like to hear your thoughts. That's just mine. And I brought you on, Eric, to give your experience as a musician and songwriter. What are your thoughts about it?
So I guess, what you were kind of alluding to is that there is a difference between writing about love and writing out of love. And I think that listeners can tell the difference. When you hear people up there that are not only masters at their craft, but you can tell that they're singing because they are in love. You have people like Rod Stewart or Michael Bolton, or different singers that have amazing voices, but also you can tell that they are singing from experience. And you can tell when it's just someone scientifically putting a chord progression together versus someone who's actually, just keeping it simple and singing from the heart.
Yeah, I think so. And you can tell whether they're singing from the heart, and if the person that wrote it, it's not always the writer that performs the song, but you can kind of tell the connection to the music and that whole experience too, I think. I was supposed to tell the story of what the song was about, what the inspiration was, and the interesting part of it was a story unfinished. I think that was what the significance of writing it was for me, that it was a experience in life that at the time I didn't feel like I could finish. Had the song kind of been this developing, like in a song you use description, like I mentioned before, Year of the Cat by Cat Stevens. It has such vivid description that you can fall in love with the character, kind of like, maybe in a really good movie you can be like, oh, that was, I was there, I understand. But a lot of songs don't do that for me, and I think it's when I had met this person on the bus, just kind of in passing, but got to know the person, and it was cool. Like we did some fashion, stuff and photography. It's like, college and art school. My background in, creative things, whether it's music or, whether it's the visual. I was trying to capture that, and but with the person, it was like. You see, it goes to a place where, it's like the story wasn't finished, and that's why I wrote the song, because it was something I couldn't finish in my life, because I thought, not looking ahead, that, hey, I'm in a relationship right now with somebody. That's important. I'm being, in that relationship. But what was pulling my heart was so strong that I was ignoring that and just ended up writing a song. So I think that's where your heart can take you, is really the moral of the story. It's like it can take you to kind of a place where you end up at the end of the road, and then you have no place to go, henceforth. So you kind of end up with, like a bittersweet memory, as they say. But what's interesting is these bittersweet memories can come back later to, I guess, in some way influence your decisions, because we try not to make the same mistakes in our life, isn't that right? We try to learn from what is, come to pass in our life, and then apply that to, to the future in some way. Mm-hmm. I mean, for me, so I write songs, and it doesn't matter if I write a bad, country western song about the weekend and pickup trucks. It's kind of like I can apologize and write another song that's better. Mm-hmm. But when you're trying to share something from the heart, and you kind of, as a writer, take that in a place that's not so honest, or it's kind of false, I think the audience doesn't respect that. That's just what I found. Like, it's kind of
a lot of times
ingenuine.
Also, towards that, when musicians try and make something sound genuine, is when it starts to sound bad. So actually, trying to keep it simple and stay to the initial idea, which when you play something enough, you end up wanting to change it, but then that's when you start to lose the focus of what the real meaning of love in that song was.
Yeah, it kind of goes off the track sometimes if it's not on that focused track. I mean, when I was writing Gotta Go, I think it's a successful song because I keep coming back to it. I don't really have any other way of judging any statistics, but I keep coming back to it, and it was something that was real, and I think that it influenced my decisions later in life too. Okay, the next time I'm in a situation I'm falling in love, I'll go with my heart rather than go with my head. Mm-hmm. I didn't have much of a repertoire as like out of high school into college, so I was just putting influences together. I think at the time I was listening to a lot of different things, but I heard some, I was learning guitar, and I heard Doc Watson play Shady Grove, and I heard some Simon and Garfunkel. So those two things kind of connected with, okay, the singing and the chords and getting a feeling across, and even if that's all I borrowed from it.
Yeah.
But the rest of it, I actually had the experience, but try to put that experience in a bottle, if you're a songwriter, and recreate it every time. It doesn't seem to work that way.
No, it does not.
Yeah. So anyway, that's my thoughts about it. I know that you've written a lot of songs, but what do you think? Are love songs the hardest, or are they somewhere?
They can be the hardest, and you're right, putting it in a bottle is not a very effective way. I think that's why a lot of times we put what's in our heart through the filter of our head into a song. It's kind of an interesting way. Offset, you and I were talking about this, and it's kind of an interesting way of compartmentalizing what you feel and putting it in a package that you can share with people, and then you move on. Whether it's about you leaving, like I gotta go now, or about, whatever it is.
Now, see, you've touched on something very important, because I think creatively, it's like, wow, I've solved this and I can go on. It's like a grand filing system. It's okay, I reach this impasse in life, and then I move that away, and then I go on, and then there's other experiences. Maybe we're actually talking about life or
Yeah.
what it's all about.
Yeah. Well,
You
life's
know.
about love. It's one
Yeah,
of the biggest
so-
emotions. So it is.
Yeah, so we commemorate them with songs. Yeah, so I mean, I think that's great. And yeah, I got lucky once, you know, maybe twice, as far as songs.
Yeah.
But yeah, it doesn't always come every day. But sometimes description helps, digging into your heart where you can find that honesty. And yeah, maybe it will. Maybe there'll be some songs in our future, but it's good to be able to draw from the present too.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, really beautiful. So that's our show about possibilities of love.
Looks like we got to go.
Wrapping it up.
I took the bus that one September day. I looked out the window straight at you. You had such golden hair, I had to stop and stare, looking at an angel dressed in white. I'm sure I must have seen your face before, maybe in a dream I had last night. Well, you stepped out of the crowd so smooth and gracefully. Then you came and sat in front of me. Maybe you are heaven sent for me. Maybe I am dreaming once again. Maybe you are heaven sent for me. Maybe I am dreaming once again. Somehow I must have said a word to you. Suddenly we're talking like old friends. Well, you had that certain style, like a lady, like a child. Your words filled the air like sweet perfume. Maybe you are heaven sent for me. Maybe I am dreaming once again. Maybe you are heaven sent for me. Maybe I am dreaming once again. It would be so nice to live in paradise, but I said, hey, I've gotta go now. Well, this bus won't wait for you, and it sure won't wait for me. And I said, hey, I've gotta go now. If I took your number like you took my heart, I'm not sure where our hearts would take us to. Well, I was young and wild, and you were but a child. I wondered if we'd fall in love someday. Maybe you are heaven sent for me. Maybe I am dreaming once again. Maybe you are heaven sent for me. Maybe I am dreaming once again. It would be so nice to live in paradise, but I said, hey, I've gotta go now. Well, this bus won't wait for you, and it sure won't wait for me. And I said, hey, I've gotta go now. La na na na, it breaks my heart. Na 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 na, that we must part. Na 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 na, it breaks my heart. Na 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 na. It would be so nice to live in paradise, but I said, hey, I've gotta go now. Well, this bus won't wait for you, and it sure won't wait for me. And I said, hey, I've gotta go now.
And we'll see you next time on the Stanford Lee Show.